So we're all on the same page. An IT strategy is a comprehensive plan that outlines how all technology should be used to meet the goals of the business. Let me shorten that further. IT strategy is how technology meets the goals of the business, not simply today, but the needs of the business will have based on the business plan 3 to 5 years out. Additionally, when we use the term technology, we need to think about more than just the hardware basics like computers, servers, switches, and software like Microsoft Office, but really think about the entire technology spend, including business-specific hardware and software. And so in focusing on how technology meets the goals of the business, let's dive deeper. In a recent Vistage quarterly business review, Vistage members ranked technology as their #1 investment, yet their #8 priority, ranking it below hiring, productivity and execution, financial management, capital cash management, performance management, HR, and employee engagement. Yet IT holds the promise of organizing the work, making it easier, less stressful, so staff are more productive, allowing us to do more with less, so we don't need as many people, which reduce costs and frees cash. This seems to hit on a number of these high-ranking priorities, which begs the question, does our approach to IT enable or disable this from happening? And in addition, who on our accountability chart is actually accountable for the effectiveness of our IT investments? Who is accountable for ensuring they best support the future growth of our business and best aid these high priorities of hiring, productivity and execution, financial management, capital cash management, performance management, HR, and employee engagement? With IT being ranked by the other executive peers as such a low priority, it begs the question, are we simply doing IT change projects, or are we doing business change projects that leverage technology to create the change we desire? There should be no such thing as just an IT project. Sure, technology gets old and should be upgraded, but too often money is just spent on simply making the old new, when instead we should be looking at making intentional business change that unlocks new productivity, allowing us to support more revenue per employee. We need to focus IT on creating intentional business change, not simply just upgrading the old to new. So how are we connecting IT to the strategy of our business? Has IT been enabled to be strategic? Do we have a tactical or strategic approach to IT today? Let me share with you some of the characteristics of each to help you evaluate. Characteristics of a tactical IT approach. IT is viewed as an expense to cost control. IT is overseen by finance. IT is consumed fixing and installing things. Technology changes are ad hoc or not aligned with the company's long-term plans. In contrast, the characteristics of a strategic approach are IT is viewed as an asset with a known ROI. The IT leader is a peer on the executive team. IT is focused aligning to security and productivity best practices, and technology changes are planned, budgeted, and aligned with the company's long-term plans. Which of these do you identify with more? Is IT viewed as an expense to cost control, or is IT viewed as an asset with a known ROI? Is IT overseen by finance, or is the IT leader a peer on the executive team? Is IT consumed fixing and installing things, or is IT focused on aligning to security and productivity best practices? Are technology changes ad hoc, not aligned with the company's long-term plans, or are technology changes planned, budgeted, and aligned with the company's long-term plans? Now that we better understand these fundamentals and how they are charting the course for us down a tactical or strategic path, Let's walk through the results we're expecting when we delegate and who we are delegating to. Are we delegating to an IT group, internal or outsourced, whose deliverables are support to fix what breaks, managing tools to implement patches and monitor systems, and implementing new technology? When these three areas is where IT spends most of their time, the IT approach is tactical. Typical frustrations I hear from leaders with this approach are response time is too slow. There are repeat issues that linger on. Issues are really only solved after they are reported and affect my people. Guidance is only on what and when to refresh the Microsoft network, computers, servers, email, Office, firewall switches, and the guidance is ad hoc. It's last minute, it's based off age and not business value or business need. And I do not really know the risk my business has from my current technology footprint until something crashes. Additionally, I'm concerned about cybersecurity and don't really have any proof we're doing the right things. When IT is consumed taking care of the day-to-day, there is little to no time left to be strategic. So the fix feels like you need to add more internal IT people or change outsourced companies. But when you do, the problem never goes away. Because there continues to still be too many issues and too many projects, IT now just costs more to keep the day-to-day running. And so the promise of technology helping you run a more scalable, profitable company seems like a pipe dream. Instead, you should be looking to change your approach from tactical to strategic. For your business to fully realize the benefits your technology investments are capable of offering, IT must be treated as a fully functional area. IT contributes to all other functional areas in your business: finance, sales, operations. There is tactical, operational, and strategic work to be done. Yet operating a business with less than 300 people means that there isn't enough room in the budget to bring on all the different people needed for IT to execute well at the operational and the strategic level. To do so, you need to cover 24/7 support, IT tool management, network administration, system administration, security administration, strategic planning, budgeting, and implementing new innovation. Each one of these is its own unique work, requiring its own unique skill set. Just because someone has the capacity to do support does not mean they have the capacity to do network administration. Someone who has the capacity to do network administration does not mean they have the capacity to do security administration. When you ask someone to perform in a role they don't have capacity in, they bring what they know to that role. As an example, when the support person is also supposed to do strategic planning and budgeting, the plan is neither strategic or budgeted for. It instead consists of the items they see in support, typically computers that are old. Likewise, when the network person is also supposed to do strategic planning and budgeting, again, the plan is neither strategic nor budgeted for. It instead consists of the items they see in the network, typically the switches, firewalls, wireless that are old. You can start to see the danger of how narrow and technology-only focused these plans are. To further add to the complexity, even if someone has the skill set for more than one area, they often have the motivation for still just one role. There is one role they want to do, and so that role gets the attention and results while the others don't. A lot of business leaders assume all those duties can be stretched across a couple people or an IT service provider whose skill set or programs were never designed to deliver everything needed. And this is the main contributing factor to why the IT retention rate of internal people and outsourced IT providers is just 2.5 years. The net result, as the business grows, it does so less profitably and with more risk.